Hello everyone, welcome back. We'd like to bring you another video on just regular life safety maintenance on the job site. Every job site we have, typically, we have a fire extinguisher, an emergency evacuation horn on a stand somewhat like this. The reason why we do this, obviously, in case of an emergency or a fire, we have a way to manage that. So, one of the things we have is our fire extinguisher in case of a fire. What we need to know about these should never be blocked. They should always be ready for use. They should always have a pin in place. They should always have a tamper seal. And they should always be fully charged. Alright? Regular weekly maintenance of this is a good job. When you guys walk around every week and do your site inspection, you should be checking on these. Make sure they're at their posted station and everything is in place. One of the other things we like to provide is emergency alarm horn. What this does is a couple of things. Should there be emergency where you need to evacuate the building and we don't currently have a fire alarm system in place, you would do 3 loud blasts from this horn to alert everybody on the job site that they need to evacuate. One other use for this horn is in case of emergency where somebody may be injured and you need to get help. So if you were to happen to come across somebody that maybe fell off a ladder that was working alone, you could get help to manage that situation by blowing one long blow from this horn. Alright? That's why we have that. And like I said, they should always be unblocked. It's also a good idea to keep them by and exit. Because before you fight a fire, you should be making that decision of, am I fighting the fire? And if I do fight the fire, do I have an exit? Can I get out of the building? So you know the exit isn't blocked. And you can make that final decision of either blowing the horn and evacuating the building or putting out the fire. One of the other things you want to do before you decide to fight a fire, should you take that on, is you still want to sound the alarm and evacuate the building. Because you don't want people in the building should you unsuccessfully manage the fire. Alright? My rule of thumb would be evacuate the building and then make the determinology whether or not you can fight the fire. It's important for life safety first. Alright? One of the things I'd like to show you is what a setup like this shouldn't look like. So typically, after a month on the job site, without weekly maintenance of these, this is what this stand ends up looking like by the end of that month. We've got garbage blocking it, we've got flammable materials, we've got a pin pulled, we have a hose that's out, I don't know, maybe it went off. God only knows what really happened. But this is really not acceptable. We should be maintaining these on a weekly basis and making sure something like this doesn't happen. Because if there was an emergency and you needed this and you couldn't get to this alarm or you couldn't get to this fire extinguisher, that would be a serious problem. So with that, I just want to thank you guys for caring and taking the time to clean these off once a week, make sure they're accessible, make sure they're safe and ready for use. Until then, see you next time.